But yes, onto my rating.
Arguably. Yeah,
4 stars.
Oh, you're a disgrace. Get out. Leave my home. Like, what? 3 stars is generous.
I loved the chemistry between Petra and Saint. I liked how Saint was messing with Petra. You know, once the family came round, it was entertaining. It was steamy.
I think 3 is very, very generous. I'll go 2.
You don't know how close I was to giving this a 5.
Couldn't be better. It was all the cheating. That's literally all it was. Nothing else. Because there's nothing else in the book. You know what I'm saying? It had to have been. Now, this is the kind of story that gets my attention. Too much of the wide mum porn slop repackaged as romance. The key to a killer story here speaks the voice of inexperience, is a solid plot, good execution, and no effing flashbacks. Stealth mission optional. And what we have here is Bookception. A book within a book, if you will. Petra Rose is a best-selling author whose reputation plummeted faster than my boxers at Bonnie Blue meet and cheat.
Okay.
You know you would.
Who wouldn't?
And the catalyst for Petra's downfall? She's a filthy sellout. After her latest movie adaptation left her devoted fans with blue balls, Petra was caught supporting the directorial changes that so caused offence. With cyber hate mail filling her online inboxes and mortgage payments getting later and later, Petra decides to retire to a secluded lakeside cabin with nothing but her pen, her mind, and a singular mission. Let me cook.
I want to start by saying that I absolutely hate this book within a book thing that's been done to death.
Oh, yeah.
But on this occasion, I liked it. I thought it was done well.
Yeah,
I was pleasantly surprised with it. So if that's the type of thing that normally puts you off from reading the book, I would implore you to read on. But I assume everybody who's here has already read this. So maybe we should get started. What did you actually think of the book? Pause this video right now. Go and read Woman Down by
Colleen Hoover. When you read it, you could join us for the discussion.
Or you can join us anyway, because we're going to tell you all about it. My name's Elijah.
And I'm Joseph, and welcome to the Aisha Library. I know why you liked it, because it was cheating! There was cheating!
Literally.
Yeah. So there was scandalous cheating, but which was a good element of the book,
No, but she had to do something. She had to do something, and that was it. Apparently this is true to her life. Did she have something to do? Did she mess up one of her films or something like that?
It ends with us. Apparently there was some controversy with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, who were the main characters.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with her. What, did she side with one of them?
I believe so. I don't really know anything. I should really ask Chloe. Chloe would know, but I have no idea like what actually happened. I think there was some kind of... I think it was ironic because I think there was like abuse. There was like claims of abuse.
Oh,
funny
but wasn't she lying?
Exactly what the characters were.
Wasn't the woman lying or something?
I don't know.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
Yeah.
You should probably. How many do you have?
I have 5.
I've got 8. No, I'm joking. I've got 4.
I was about to say.
I suppose you're going. I suppose you're going first then, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Oops.
Disgrace.
My dad, we'll talk about it.
Is he serious?
About eggs, yeah. Anyway.
Does he not know?
It's fine, that's good. It's good.
I'm quite psyched for this because I've read a Colleen Hoover book before, and everything from the premise, the plot, the dialogue, the execution was cookie cutter. I understand it was a bestseller and that everybody was glazing over a bit, but it ends with us. You get it?
No.
I said everyone's glazing it, but it ends with us.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I'm slow today. My dad distracted me. That's what it was.
He destroyed.
Yeah.
Here it feels like she's at least made an attempt to write something halfway original. It's believable too, since fans actually do get quite irate with creators of their favourite content. Freedom McFadden's fans aren't too happy with her at the moment. George R. R. Martin's fans want to see him hang! When he finishes the new Game of Thrones book sometime in the next 100 years, maybe we can review it on this channel and find out why they're after his blood. But yeah, no, I think it was believable, and I was like, this is an interesting. It's not cookie cutter like her last, so it ends with that sort of thing.
Right off the bat, you was into the book. You was locked in.
I wouldn't say locked in. I'm locked in when I watch Mission Impossible. Then I'm locked in. I wouldn't say all the way there. But no, I was thinking, let's see if this woman can actually cook when she uses something that's not like cookie cutter,
Oh my gosh, the author drones on. It's like being force-fed mindless drivel. Here's an example. Wow, he's hot. I wonder how old the officer is. I'm 34. He could be a little bit older than me, but I suppose he could be a little bit younger than me. He would be perfect for my character. His posture, his voice, even the way his uniform hugs his body. His presence is commanding but not overbearing. And he's married. Perfect! This isn't even the worst example, but it shows the problem. She goes on and on and on, and it's distracting and annoying. It's like the filler dialogue wrote itself. Then we get Saint, the tall, hot cop who might actually be a complete psycho. He basically attempts to roleplay rape Petra. He masks up, breaks into her cabin, drags her out of her bed, kicking and screaming, ties her up, gags her, and then only then he realizes she's not enjoying it. What an absolute moron. You don't take the tiniest hint and immediately jump to a full-scale kidnap fantasy. Sexual games like that need detailed conversation and very explicit boundaries. You don't just freestyle a felony.
Safe words, man. Come on, something.
He heard one thing and, give an inch.
That's all I need.
One thing that bothered me very early on and only got explained right at the end was the fact that Saint is supposedly a detective, but we never see him doing detective things. Not one scene. So why even make him a detective? And another thing, if the point of this story is for Petra to have an affair with a married man, why not take it further? Why couldn't she be sleeping with Maureen's husband? That would have actually pushed the moral boundaries, especially because Petra and Maureen was building a friendship. That would at least have added some real tension. But the question I want to ask you, Joseph, is this. Do you think Colleen Hoover is alienating half of her audience by glorifying cheating? She's going to anger a lot of women who feel like they are the victims of cheaters more often than men, and there are loads of readers who simply do not read infidelity plots at all. Has she transcended those mere worries?
I don't think she's alienated people at all. I don't think women look at other women cheating and necessarily see a problem.
Really? Because I saw a lot of the reviews and people said, I don't read cheating stuff, or I hate cheating straight away.
Fair enough.
So
I didn't even know there were people like that. Yeah. Is it that serious?
Oh, you think everybody likes it then?
I thought it loves it. The more the better.
So that would never be a concern from you when you're writing in some cheating?
Oh, definitely not. No. That would never.
It would only occur to me when you do the cheating.
It would. Even better. But no, it's only going to cross my mind now that we've talked about it.
Fair enough.
I may have spoken too soon. Petra's isolation is soon thwarted by her lakeside cabin's eccentric landlords, Louis and Marie, who for some reason are giving me evil vibes. Which kind of makes sense when you think about it. There's only one thing worse than a landlord, and that's a landlady. And here comes the part I spoke too soon about, flashbacks. I feel like I've seen it so many times now, I'm almost starting to like it. It's like I need the flashbacks now. I've been beaten into my favourite place, submission. My brain goes on autopilot during these scenes anyhow, and a thought occurred to me. It might be a bit early to say, but wouldn't this book be so much better if it was set right before the movie came out? Then we could experience Petra's Hero to Zero journey firsthand rather than hearing about it. Even better, why isn't it about the actors who starred in the movie? This whole plot is obviously meant to mirror the fiasco surrounding It Ends With Us. I don't know why they didn't do that. For some reason, authors have this huge fetish for telling their readers everything and showing us nothing.
So what was the flashbacks? I can't remember.
No, so she was like reminiscing in her office or whatever in the lakeside cabin. I was thinking, oh God, here we go. It's like, I thought this is the perfect time for them to like end the chapter, have a new chapter where it's like years earlier sort of thing. They didn't do that, but I started feeling like I need the flashbacks now.
Okay, wow, plot twist. I had no idea Petra was married with kids. She's a dirty cheat too. Yeah. And the audacity. Petra turns to Saint and says things like, how could you do this to your wife? She deserves better. That's what she was saying to Saint before we realised.
No accountability.
Well, she's doing the exact same thing to her own family. The hypocrisy is insane. And honestly, if you're famous, you can't be cheating unless your partner is fully aware of the arrangement, because you'll be blackmailed instantly.
Literally.
Petra's playing with fire here.
That Coldplay CEO had to learn the hard way.
For a moment, it felt like the author was gearing up to demonize Petra's husband, to make her cheating seem justified. And of course, Petra being the primary breadwinner is thrown in like that, magically excuses everything. Because I can't remember what he did. I think he came in and he was just being selfish, just being an asshole, whatever. So I thought the author was doing what they normally do, demonize the husband. Petra complains that her husband is steady and consistent, but boring, especially the sex life. Is the author hinting that partners should communicate better, or is she just trying to soften the blow of Petra being unfaithful? He's boring, so I had to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I hear that.
And then there's Saint. He gets genuinely annoyed that Petra genuinely annoyed that Petra lied to him by omission, not telling him that she was married. And even worse, she has children! Does Saint have the moral high ground there? Is it understandable for him to feel hurt, or is he being ridiculous considering he's also cheating? And here's the big thing. In the reveal, Petra becomes an unreliable narrator because she's been hiding her husband and her kids from us as well. Yep. You always say that you hate that writing technique, Joseph. Unreliable narrators who withhold basic life details from the reader. Did you hate it here, or did the author pull it off well?
There's an argument to say the author pulled it off well. There's definitely an argument for it because it kind of it was dropped onto us and was just like, oh my god, she's married, she's got kids as well. And it's like, it's not a little thing, it's not like a boyfriend sort of situation.
So you liked that here?
Well, I thought it was I think there's an argument to say it was done well. I mean, how could it not? It's unreliable narration, that's the whole point. It's going to get you regardless. But
did you clutch your pearls?
Not yet. This is what I wanted from this book, but it didn't deliver that.
Did you think Saint had the moral high ground there?
Neither one of them have the moral high ground.
So it's unreasonable for him to feel hurt that she didn't tell him that she was married.
You can feel however you want, mate, but it's not. You just got to charge it to the game because like this is the life you live. This is the coin.
No, that's not the life he lives on his side, but not. He didn't want his heart to get hurt.
Listen, that's the coin that you spend. So why? That's what you get back.
So he doesn't even have the right to say you lied to me.
No, of course not.
He told her the truth,
bro,
and she lied to him.
They're strangers. She's a stranger. You don't know who she is. She's a stranger. So like, I don't understand why you would expect the truth from an absolute stranger.
So she did the right thing by lying.
I'm saying they're absolute stranger. How can you expect the honest to God truth from an absolute stranger? You don't even know who they are.
Okay, fair enough.
It's kind of just like, don't talk to strangers. We all got told that, do you know what I mean? Yep, I definitely spoke too soon. In the midst of a stormy night, Petra is awakened by flashing police lights and the presence of the striking Detective Nathaniel Saint. The way I see it, this book is rapidly becoming wine mum porn slop. A Trojan horse, if you will, to trick me into reading more formula romance. Of course, Petra is instantly drawn to the new mystery man and love will instantly spark between them, but the book is still going to feature 150 to 200 more pages, because you just got to get that word count up. I don't see the point of dragging these things out. I think we can all see where this is headed. She might as well have answered the door naked. I really don't have an issue with romance, really, I don't. My issue is all these books are the same. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that Petra is married, and on the precipice of cheating on her husband, this love match would have almost nothing interesting about it. Why don't they have Petra go to the lakeside cabin and stumble across a corpse that the landlords have buried, and that's how she meets her mystery policeman lover? What if Detective Saint isn't a detective at all, but someone that Shepard has hired to investigate his wife of cheating? Give us something to get our teeth into instead of the same old cookie-cutter claptrap.
Do you know what? I think you're right there. If there wasn't the cheating, it would be completely boring. Yeah. So first they teased us with the Saint cheating, and then when that got a bit stale, she threw in, Petra's cheating too.
Yeah.
And then tried to just take us on a journey. Again, I don't think the book was done badly or anything, but when you look at it like that, without Infidelity, this would have been a boring book.
For sure. You know, this it's a continuation from a short story that she wrote.
Yeah, I heard.
You heard about that?
I didn't. I
didn't read it. Though.
Yeah, of course I didn't read it.
It was a short story. I was going to, but then I didn't see it.
I didn't even look. How short was it? I thought when they say short story, I thought it'd be like half the length of this, but I think it was very, very short.
No, I think it was short as well. I don't exactly remember how many pages, but I remember it being like 100 and something. I vaguely remember that. Yeah, but honestly, I clicked on and clicked off because I was just like,
I didn't even look for it. If I looked for it and came across it, then maybe I would have. At this point, I actually started thinking, okay, maybe this book is doing something interesting, because Saint isn't just some married man cheating on his wife with Petra, who is also cheating on her husband. No, they're doing it for research purposes. Petra, who's an established author...
That's what they're calling it, are they?
Petra, who's an established author, claims that she can't write convincingly about cheating with a married man unless she actually cheats with a married man. Normal stuff. So Saint and Petra start getting into character. The problem is Saint gets way too into it. He stays in character constantly, calling Petra Rhea, the heroine from her novel. He's clearly getting a kick out of it. And when he learns that Petra has a husband, he decides to start messing with her for fun. He turns up to her family home while the husband is there, and we get this brilliant tension-filled scene where Saint and the husband lock horns. After he leaves, he calls Petra and asks, "Are you going to fuck your husband tonight?" And Petra says, well, yeah, he's my husband. And Saint replies, when you're fucking your husband tonight, I want you to think of me.
Disgusting.
And it just doesn't get more toxic than that.
That is unbelievable.
It doesn't get more toxic than that.
What did he do
the
to
thing
you, bro?
is, he's not jealous. He's enjoying the mind games.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
He's not jealous. Normally territorial.
He's like, I've got your mind. He may have your body, but I've got your mind.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
it's
nah,
crazy.
It's beyond toxic.
Later that night, Saint literally pulls up to the outside the house while Petra and her husband are having sex, and he stands there at the window like the creep he is. And Petra and Saint basically have an intense eye fucking moment when she's mid-sex with her husband. She holds the gaze with Saint. She gets off on his eye contact alone. She confesses to herself that her husband could never make her orgasm like that by himself. Which is crazy.
She's the worst, most disrespectful female.
At that point, is that still cheating or is that a budget threesome?
Oh, I'm crying. Man said, is it cheating?
Because
she gets stoned to death.
Petra ends the chapter saying that's the most messed up thing she's ever done. Do you think she's right, or is the simple act of cheating on your husband still immeasurably worse? One thing I will say though is the dynamic between Saint and Petra is genuinely great. There are layers to it. It's not just two married people having an affair. They're role-playing characters from the book. They're manipulating each other. They're pushing boundaries, and the toxicity is actually written really well. It's three-dimensional. It's a slow burn for most of the book, but once the twists start dropping, I thought the whole thing picked up massively. Honestly, I ended up loving it. Joseph, where were you by this point? Were you hooked or were you still rolling your eyes?
Well, okay, we might be looking at something finally. In a nail-biting twist, Shepard and their two daughters, Chloe and Andy, come to visit the lakeside cabin, and Petra faces the mortifying reality that her husband will be standing mere meters away from where she previously had her hands on another man's Amazon Fire Stick. You dirty, dirty slut. Oops, get a bit carried away there.
That's how I like them.
Just how I like them. Yeah, no, I did think there was some really good tense moments in the book as well. And you're right, honestly, I didn't have the exact word for it, but that is the word for it, toxic. Like,
especially
this guy is beyond
when
toxic.
Saint pulled out talking about, oh, you need a permit for your car. Man didn't have firstly, he was completely lying. Yeah. He was completely lying. He had no leg to stand on. But he came and buffed his chest out and said, you know what? Like
he literally just made it up. That is beyond top. Like, it's affecting your job. Like, you need to chill. But this is why I say, what's her name? How can I just forget her name? To make the female main character. What's her name? Petra, yes. She's an idiot because, like, you should never invite just a strange man just into your lakeside cabin or whatever. You know you're married, you got two children. Like, what's wrong with it? Huh?
He's a police officer. They're not bad people.
And that's on that. Low-key, that's worse. But yeah, on top of that, she's an idiot. She's an idiot.
One thing that really frustrated me is the way Colleen Hoover writes Petra. She's so indecisive to the point where it also almost feels a bit misogynistic. But putting that aside, this plot is a masterclass. The suicide at the beginning, the reason that Saint... What suicide at the beginning? Oh, the suicide... Yeah. I was thinking, wait, what? The suicide at the beginning, which is the reason that Saint, the detective, knocked on Petra's door in the first place. It was fabricated, completely staged. There was no suicide. And here's the kicker. Saint isn't even a detective. Saint isn't his real name. He's basically a stalker superfan. I think his real name was Eric. He was pretending to be a cop. And Maureen, the friendly next door neighbor, she's in on it too. She was going to come clean, but Saint paid her off. He convinced her that it was a harmless game, and he was helping Petra get out of her writer's block. When Petra realizes Maureen was involved, she snaps and demands, I want a full refund! Now, does she actually have a leg to stand on there at all? Was there any merit to that request? Was Maureen wrong enough to justify asking for her money back?
No, there's just throwing your toys out the pram at best, in my opinion.
Anyway, big picture, I did like the ending. There were twists upon twists upon twists. But I think the finale was slightly tainted by the book signing reveal. Petra's close friend was behind everything the whole time. She's the one who orchestrated Saint getting involved in the first place. For me, that was one twist too many.
Yep.
There was Eric or Saint could have just been a stalker fan that heard her saying, oh, I need to, and he could have just done craziness because he loved Petra. And then None.
Bro,
Done.
you know when authors tie up loose ends aren't loose, and it's just like didn't even tie that up, didn't resolve that.
We didn't need that.
Didn't need to make that come full circle. It's just gratuitous at this point.
But yeah, honestly, the ending felt like a last-minute attempt to redeem Petra. Up until that point, she was blaming everybody else for making her cheat on her husband, which is a wild thing to say. And I genuinely think that the ending would have been more powerful if she didn't get that redemption arc. It felt like the author chickened out because, you know, Petra kept saying, "Oh, you made me cheat," you know, this, that, and the other. And we could have left it like that, with Petra being the bad guy, but then we kind of got a redemption at the end where she apologized to her friend and said, "Yeah, I don't forgive you for what you've done, but you didn't make me cheat." And realistically, I don't know. I don't think the friend did anything wrong at all. You know, she's just trying to help you out your writing block. She didn't think you was gonna go and fuck him.
Yeah, legit. That was on you.
But yeah, let me ask you the most important question of all, Joseph. Would you advise Petra to come clean to her husband about her whorish ways?
No.
Continue lying to his face.
Yes, and I think that's gonna be on her soul, not his. That's her punishment.
So coming clean is never a good idea.
Never. Always lie. Always lie. Always cover it up. Never admit anything ever.
But
even when they got you dead to rights.
So what if she's not sorry about what she did? Is that okay for her to not be sorry about it?
Well, it depends why she's not sorry. Feelings are very complicated things. I know it sounds bad.
She enjoyed every moment of it. She knows it's wrong, but she enjoyed every moment of it.
That's not a good enough reason. You could still be sorry and understand you enjoyed every moment of it.
Yeah, but you can't be sorry about something you enjoyed, can you?
Yeah, of course you can. You could be sorry you felt like you had to do it, for example.
I didn't feel like I had to do it.
No, but you clearly did. That's why you did it.
No, I did it. I didn't feel like I had to do it. I did it because I wanted to do it.
But you said, can you be? And I said, under these circumstances, yes, you can. You can't change the parameters. Under those circumstances, I think, yes, you can be sorry about something that you enjoy doing.
But if she's not sorry, is that okay?
Like I said, it depends why. I get when people say, I'm not going to say sorry because I'm not sorry. And I'm not like a false person, so I don't want to lie and say I'm sorry. I actually understand. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing to say. I think that's commendable from a certain perspective. So if you would say I'm not sorry, and like you couldn't stay with me, you could leave, and that's like your choice, but I'm not actually sorry, that's not necessarily a bad thing to say.
So what if they say I'm sorry I hurt you, but I'm not sorry I fucked him?
That's understandable. I'm not saying like you should want to stay with that person who would do that or say that like that. If you want to leave by all means. But I think that's at least like, if that's the truth, you say it.
But if you don't come clean, if Petra doesn't come clean to her husband, she's not giving him the opportunity to forgive her if he chooses. Would you not agree that she's taking away his decision?
For sure.
And that's the right choice. That's the right choice.
Maybe for family, could be. Who knows? People need to be lied to at the end of the day.
So you want your girl to lie to you?
Next question.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't think there was any form of redemption whatsoever. I think you're being incredibly like this is the bare minimum. Saying you didn't make me cheat is the absolute bare minimum that she should be saying. And if she hadn't been such a bitch earlier in the book, she worked her way up to the zero. Basically, in my opinion, there was zero redemption done. And redemption is a crazy word to use as well, considering how the book ended.
You're right, but because she was doing a madness, saying you made me cheat on my husband.
Bro, that is wow. The bars of hell. It was insane. And then she even went worse. She went lower, as it turns out.
But she was so mad with Saint. Why was she so angry with him?
Because she needs people to blame. To be fair, no, he's a disgrace as well.
What did he do wrong?
He stalking her outside of her house, like all kinds of...
She didn't know.
She didn't
She didn't know. She didn't need to know. She enjoyed every moment of that. So
they're telling me about...
So what?
Of me when you're... What the hell?
She's annoyed at him.
Marriages.
Let me just get this straight. She's annoyed at him for not being married when he said he was.
No, she's annoyed at him for lying to her.
She did the same thing though.
No, I get that.
But you just said Saint's not allowed to be angry.
No. Listen, I'm not saying she should be... I'm trying to guess why she was angry at him, not whether she should be for that reason. Like, this is just my diagnosis of like what she was feeling. Okay. I'm not saying she's like justified in anger or anything like that. All I'm saying is Saint's a disgrace. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like...
I don't think he did anything wrong. He was not cheating on anybody. He was a single man and he pursued her. He
stalked her. He
knocked on her door. He knocked on the door and she invited him in.
Well, he attempted to wreck a home with 2 children in it. That's not a good thing to do.
He didn't attempt to wreck her.
He absolutely did.
I think.
I mean,
wait. So what? Are you saying he intentionally attempted to wreck her home?
I'm saying if the home got wrecked at the end of the day, he could not say I didn't mean for that to happen. When you actively pursued a woman who's married with 2 children.
Oh wait, remember he didn't know she was married and with children.
He's a stalker.
No. Remember, she said that she keeps that side of her life completely separate. So he didn't know. I remember that in the book. He didn't know. I don't remember that. She kept that completely separate.
I don't remember that.
So he's a good guy.
We're gonna have to.
You guys back me up. 100% that is the case. I know without a doubt.
Well, you would say that, but anyway.
Well, you think I'm trying to win an argument? Huh? Even if
I've met you.
Let's say I've just invented that.
Yeah.
Was Saint still a bad guy, given the circumstances? All he did was knock on the door. He told a little white lie. Somebody took suicide. She should have investigated.
I'm not. Again, like I said, they're both disgraces in my opinion.
I don't think he did anything wrong.
Neither one of them is
the
redeemable.
Whole gagging, bounding, pull out of the bed.
No,
all
that's
of that.
crazy. See, even that. I was like,
he did a madness.
Do you know what I mean?
She was crying, begging,
And he was like, "Yeah, I love it when you cry." Like, what the hell? What's going on?
And she forgave him after that,
She's an idiot. That's why. She's literally deserves what she gets.
Wow, you can't say that. Now you crossed the line. She deserves what she gets.
Every last bit of it.
Inch of it.
I thought I was too phallic, too on the nose. As it turns out, one of my predictions was weirdly close. After finally gaining a few suspicions about Detective Saint, Petra decides to do a background check, and when she does, finds herself petrified. Execution on that could have been better, but it's my last note. I couldn't leave that bullet in the chamber.
Yeah.
Nate Saint is actually Eric Kingston, a screenwriter who meticulously conjured their relationship out of thin air, even going so far as to recruit one of the landlords as an actor. I wonder if we are meant to feel what Petra is feeling right now, deceived. But I can't stop thinking, man, this woman is dumb. She was thinking with her ovaries and let a strange man into her house, and she thought that was a good idea. When was the last time you saw a police officer by himself?
Yeah, exactly.
Petra engineers an escape from the cabin, goes home to her family, and after making a mockery of her marriage and disgracing her husband and 2 daughters, proceeds to rub salt in the wound by writing a book about a sordid, slutty affair, which her husband reads,
and
without having a clue that he's jerking off to smut of his wife getting rogered.
And she put his saint's name in the mentions.
Petra Rose might actually be the worst person ever. Honestly, anybody is capable of falling victim to temptation in the moment, but that is just uncalled for. If Shepard ever finds out, he'll kill her, as he should.
But we don't condone violence against women. At all.
We don't.
At all.
On any
so yeah, overall, I think this is the best Colleen Hoover book I've read. I don't know if that's saying much.
Not RG.
I don't think they're saying. We've only read one other one.
Yeah. There is another one, but I don't know if we actually read it.
No. There was a sequel of It Ends With Us that we didn't read.
Yes.
And we read.
And it starts with us as well, isn't it? Or is that the sequel?
Yeah, I think It Starts With Us.
It Starts With Us is the sequel. Is there not 3? I remember that.
Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Who cares? Who knows? Yeah. Who cares? But yes, so this is the second Colleen Hoover book we've read, and this is much better than the first one, I thought, and I think this was slow at times, but overall I enjoyed it. And I think it was worth the read.
I would rather read It Ends With Us again. If you gave me a choice of this book or It Ends With Us, I'd read It Ends With Us.
I think It Ends With Us is a more entertaining book.
It's easier read as well.
It's an easier read and it's a more entertaining book because things happen. This is a book set in one location and those are notoriously boring.
Yeah.
And this wasn't boring. It was a bit slow at times, but it wasn't boring. So to do that with a book where it's set in one location, I think that shows a good level of skill. So I'm impressed in that, in that sense. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good.
I wasn't that impressed, to be honest.
But you never are.
No, that's not true. But out of 5, what would you say? And would you recommend it?
I think this is the best book we read out of all 4 books we've read in the last 2 weeks. But yes, on to my rating.
Arguably.
4 stars.
Oh, you're a disgrace. Get out. Leave my home. Like, what?
No, I think 3 stars is fair. I would.
3 stars is generous in my opinion.
I would go 3 stars. I could easily go 3.5. I loved the chemistry between Petra and Saint. I liked that they were getting into character and just. I liked how Saint was messing with Petra. You know, once her family came round, and it was a lot. And I liked it. It was entertaining. It was steamy.
I think 3 is very, very generous. I'll go 2.
So what was it in with us?
Don't remember.
Because I think that...
Don't remember. 5 stars. I honestly don't remember.
You don't know how close I was to giving this a 5.
Couldn't be better. It was all the cheating. That's literally all it was. Nothing else. Because there's nothing else in the book. You know what I'm saying? It had to have been.
Yeah, exactly.
There was literally nothing else in the book. She went to a cabin. She cheated on her husband, and she went home. She wrote a book about it, rubbed it in his face forever.
She wrote a book about a book in a cabin. That's definitely a boring premise without the cheating.
Do you know how? Okay. Do you know what? I've just thought of a way you could put a twist in at the end, and it would make the whole book. Imagine if her husband's cheating the whole time she's gone. Oh my! Now we've got drama.
Yeah, I think there was enough drama.
Yeah, actually might have been more than there's a surplus.
All right. Well, if you want to end with your quote.
I didn't. No, hey,
neither do I.
Yeah, there you go. No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't recommend
this
it?
book. I would say read It Ends of Us if you want to read a Colleen Hoover book.
Okay. Well, on that note, till next time.
Till next time.